It's time for the dual battery install for the Lectric XP Trike. And I know that a lot of you purchased the extra Lectric battery for your Trike and you have that double up for the Expedition and you want to use it somewhere else. So we now have the bottom battery mount for this battery from Lectric so that you can plug it in to your ElectricAllWheel dual battery discharge balance kit. So that's what we're going to do. First things first, we're going to switch this basket around so that the long end is out the back, and then we are going to mount that battery crossways right here. And thanks to our friend Adam, we already have proof that this works. We will put clips of that video in this video so you can see what's up. As it turns out, coincidentally, today is film day and we don't have the second battery, but we can do all of the testing and let you see that it is working out appropriately and that the mount works as well. We're actually also probably going to make another video or a short version where we show you that it will work with these. So if you're a die-hard Lectric battery owner, then you can use your Lectric batteries. This one is good up to the 500 watt. That's to work with these. It works with the majority lineup. As they move into the 750 watt motor range, then you're going to want to be conscious about how you go about utilizing these batteries. Other than that, we'll show you the assortment in other times, but this is for the Lectric Trike. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you want to show us some love, that's the way to do it. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, e-bikes at Tampa Bay, Florida, get in there, make an event, go for a ride with your e-bike friends. Without further ado, here we go. I have the brakes locked on these. I love that part about these trikes. This is great. Like the brake locks are awesome. And that's the end of it. So now I need to get loose the motor cable right here so I can create some slack for myself to get into the housing and actually get that controller out. I know that it's this cluster right here, and then I'll just unplug right here. That should do it. There it is. Now, this battery cable is right on the edge. We're going to be able to get to it. I can get my fingers behind the connection. But if you get to a place where you can't, just undo the plate and create the slack for yourself so you can get it out further. So, got my kit. Focus on the fact that you need to get a cable up through there, and you know that it is this end, especially when looking at the balancer. You see the battery in and in. So that's these two ends. So you plug that in. You know that you need this end of the cable up through the back into the controller housing. So that opening is right here, just to the front side of the crank. Right there. That's where we're going in. There it is. So it may take a little finagling to get it out, but it's there. So try not to pull from your wires. You always want to pull from the XT60s when you're separating them. So that's battery in one. This is the second battery out. Here's your balancer to controller. So there's a lot of depth in this controller housing, so we're going to try and utilize that. The controller sits to the front, so we're going to try and get the balancer to the back. Shift that cable to the bottom because that's how it came out. Get every one of the cables in. And there we go. So I'm going to give this a quick test with the 10 amp hour 48 volt battery you guys see us with all the time, just to make sure it turns on. Perfect. So we know we're good to go. So we're gonna use this wrap to get not only the existing cables in, but we're gonna run in line here with this, and then just looping right to the basket is where it's gonna be so that we can put the frame battery right here. We are gonna turn this basket around. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that my motor cable is plugged in. Remember to follow the arrows, they're on the faces of the connectors. So everything is in the loop. So now you have the second cable from the kit, and then we can show you that it's gonna make it to the basket for sure. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. Maybe I just run it in line all the way down. Instead of removing these, I'm just gonna attach them to the, I'm gonna put a zip tie on the existing cable wraps. I'll bring it up. I'll get it right beyond this little connection here so it can't slide back, and then I'll just bring it up so that it is outside of the bolt range for any wrench while it's being used. mount because of the way that I prefer to mount it. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to drill a hole right here and use the actual grid in the mount as a guide for the bit, and then I'll use that as a zip tie loop. And then on the bottom, this already has a nice built-in zip tie loop. I'll just put them in through here and then exit through here. So that should work. And in doing so, I know that some of you are going to want to do a more secure mount. These are the mounting areas, and then there's actually one down here in the bottom. And if you want, the actual factory is here as well. I am going to widen this, so beware. Something I learned with Adam is that if we do entry from this side, then the key port will be upright. So we're definitely going to do that. And there's a little lip right here that has to fit in. So just beware. It's a little bit of a push, but it works. So if I do it this way, then I know that I can remove this and take out the second battery there. They won't obstruct one another. And I can actually do the key from the top. So just keep that in mind. So I've got it inside the crossbar here. So knot on the back, make sure I'm around the bar, come in here, and then right through there. I know I'm onto something. I have it hooked. It did click. I had to press in so it went over that little lip that I was telling you about, but we'll go ahead and there we go. Perfect. One more time for test. Yes, that's it. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and undo this again. I just want to make sure that the zip ties are just right. And then the actual line, as you can see, it is right here on the bar. And there it is. It clears. there's like a finger width space between this battery and the next, which is awesome. We've got this one on. There are some of you that are going to want to bolt this down. You're going to want to strap it, and I understand that. You'll need to make a mounting plate on the back side of the mount and then get it onto your basket, which is, I totally get it. We're not doing that. We just want to make sure that we can show proof of concept and that it's going to be installed. Typically, these are stored elsewhere. So now we have our connection. And let's see if we can get it to turn on. Notice there's only this battery, so let's make sure it's on, and it is. Perfect. Can't twist the throttle because it's locked up, but I know it's on. All right, intro Adam's pictures. Well, there you have it. Generally, it's a painless install. Takes a little bit. You've got to maneuver the trike just enough so that you can get inside the frame. Make sure that your basket is long edge towards the rear. This also gives you clearance from your seat if you get some taller packages that you want to carry. This style of install, whether you do bolt mount, any kind of custom drilling, etc., allows you the full use of the basket, and that part we like. The mica toll constant says you utilize 25 watt hours per mile ridden at 20 miles an hour on these 48 volt bikes. This bike or trike does not go 20 miles an hour, so whatever we're getting ready to calculate is likely going to be greater in the real world range test, dependent on your circumstances, hills, weather, your weight, size, riding style, etc., but you get the idea. So if we have two of the long range batteries for the trike, it is going to be 14 plus 14 equals 28 times 48 volts equals 1,344 watt hours. Divide that by the mica toll constant of 25, you get 53.76 miles out of your XP trike, throttle only. That's full speed. We are pretty excited about that, and we know that that number is likely greater, so we're looking 50 to 60 miles out of your XP trike or more if you're tenderfooting it down, so keep that in mind in your usage. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe. YouTube is our primary. Facebook group, E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. I think I called it a page earlier. Get in there, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. We'll talk to you next time.